You know, I was really debating if I was even going to do a review on this show after what I saw today, or however long it took me to watch the show, because I had more important stuff going on than doing this review. But I decided to do it because I'm bored and I just felt like doing this. And there's only really, it's like one song to describe this show, and I've had a lot of coffee today, so I'm really hyped up for this. But I feel like there's a song to describe this show, and don't take it the wrong way, but after watching this whole Super Showdown thing, I think you may get the reference. If not, I'll explain it to you after this.
Modern vampires of the season, hunting blood, blood,
Blood money, blood money, blood money. That's what the show's all about. Blood, this is blood money, blood money, blood money. Woo! Do not take that as an offense, though. But that is, if you get what the reference is going. Welcome to what is it, WWE Blood Money 3 review, as everyone's calling it. Blood money, blood money. You know, just one more time. Oh, okay. Okay, that's enough. Whew. I had to have some fun doing that. But Super Showdown, Blood Money, I don't care what you call it. This show sucked. It sucked. Oh man, you know, I didn't watch it at 11 a.m. like I said before. I had way important other stuff going on and way too much business to attend to really give a crap about this whole Super Showdown, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Blood Money. That's why I played that song. Yeah, don't take that any other way. This is what the song is referencing to this tonight, or today, or whatever it is over there in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, I should say, because this show. How long are these people on the contract with them? 10 years? And they're getting paid how much? Because we already know they're getting paid a crap load of money. And I'm trying not to take this as canon when watching this, but it technically is canon. And, you know, I sit there and I wonder to myself at one point, I wonder how much they paid Brock just to do that spot out there tonight. But welcome to the Super Showdown review. Like I said before, Blood Money 3. Whatever joke you could insert into Saudi Arabia with this country, or some would call it a backwards country, or listen, man, I'm not even gonna go through the whole with not letting women wrestle over there, or journalists getting their heads chopped off, or I don't know, man. I don't know how that place work over there, but it's some weird shit going on. Okay, ask Chris Jericho on his trip over there. Look it up online. But because I heard that video one day, and whew. So I just don't really know what to take, and they got to keep going back over there. So there you go. But moving on into this Super Showdown, I didn't really see the pre-show. I didn't even know there was a pre-show. From the highlights I saw, the Usos and the Revival, which actually was kind of a solid match. Just 8 minutes out there. Could have did a little bit more time, but what was it? 100 degrees. I heard it was like 90 something degrees, and they kept saying that all night. By the way. It's 90-something degrees out there, but if you're in the arena, which it looked full, well, what is this called? The Kingdom Abdullah Sports City Stadium, and it looked like a full crowd. I laugh every time they say it is the equivalent to WrestleMania. Yes, a show that was just came up with is somewhat on the same par as WrestleMania that has been here for over 30 something years, 35 years, but it's the equivalent to Saudi Arabia. But we got to panhandle to them, okay? We just got to pander to them. And they have Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young. I'm surprised they didn't get hot in those suits. And I'm sure they had to make Renee Young wear a lot of clothes just because they were in that country. I'm surprised they even put it back on commentary. And even right off the bat, you could see that when they went to the Saudi Arabian broadcast team, one of them pretty much already takes a shot at her, saying because Corey Graves introduced her, he said, "Thanks, man. I thought Renee would have butchered it," which I'm sure we all know. Like I said, the women in that country, which you just can't even allow them to do anything over there, wrestle or anything. So I'm just surprised, let alone they let her over there. I'm sure a lot of people said she was uncomfortable throughout the entire night. Probably just wanted to get the hell out of this damn country. Which I don't even know how they put on commentary at this point. She's not good. I've already said what I've had to say about her, but still, what do I have to really go off from this, huh? Since we get into the main show, then we kick it off immediately with the Universal Championship on the line. Seth Rollins, I can go on all day about why the champion should not come out first, but I'm not going to get into that. Going against the waiter there, Baron Corbin, which, of course, his ribs was taped up after what happened last Monday. I will say at least the crowd was excited for this match. I think to what I hear, they had the royal family on the hard cam side, because the last time they were there, they just kind of just sat on their hands just looking, because they were the ones at the front row seats. And the match itself was okay. It wasn't bad, even though it kind of just got to the point where Corbin was arguing with the referee. He got a chair at one point, and the referee stopped him until the referee pushed him back, saying, "I'm doing my job," which pretty much Seth Rollins rolled him up for the wins. I don't know why they're protecting Corbin right here for, which now he gets a title shot for no reason at, the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view in the next 2-3 weeks, which Corbin pretty much in the end of days on, Seth right after that. Next thing you know, Brock comes out with Paul Heyman with a referee. Lesnar, he came out with a chair, by the way. And the silly thing about this, Lesnar's in the ring, and he's got the chair. Paul Heyman he tripped so badly in the ring that it's like he had to almost time his trip just to fall in there to make it work. So he falls in there into the ring, trips with the Money in the Bank briefcase. This pretty much gives Seth an opening to low blow Brock in the nuts. He takes a chair, he beats him almost 30 times with it, and just keeps beating him. Let me remind you, the bell did not ring, so the match never started for a cash-in. And, he's beating the hell out of him and stuff, which, Lesnar starts grabbing the briefcase, trying to protect it for some reason. Rollins still beats him with the chair until he curb stomps his head into the Money in the Bank briefcase, which he put, I think it was a big gash on Brock Lesnar's arm, and it was really bruised because Seth was beating the hell out of him, okay? And I'm sure people are wondering right now, why didn't he should have been cashed. He looked like an idiot here, Brock. He should have cashed it in Monday. Personally, I didn't want them to pull the trigger now in Saudi Arabia. I think that was just to tease the fans, but even I know they weren't going to drop the belt right here on this show, okay? Come on, they weren't gonna drop it. Even I'll say right here, we can keep going with this for a while with Boombox Brock just coming out beating up whoever's the champion until he feels like cashing. It's like Monday. Hey, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, but I'm not gonna cash in. That's mind games, okay? Because I'd rather kind of see this kind of play out a little bit longer than, let's just waste it on this bullcrap show right here. Why waste it now? And I'm sure people are going to say, he's got to cash in on Kofi Kingston tonight so he doesn't look like an idiot since he didn't cash in on Rollins. I didn't think he was going to win the title either way tonight, okay? I really didn't. Some people thought that because, if he doesn't beat Rollins or some screwy thing, which it was something screwy with Rollins, then he's going to move on to Kofi later on tonight, which did not happen, by the way, which I was kind of glad that didn't happen. So Kofi still lives with his title for another day. But I think they're still going to have him come after Seth, and I don't know when Brock's going to be on TV because they pretty much show Lesnar rolling out of the ring with his elbow all messed up. So pretty much, I'm sure they paid Brock a crap load of money just to come out and get beat by a chair. Hey, he was on the show. He didn't have a match, but he was there, and he got the crap kicked out of him by Seth. So I would at least say it was something of a hot opener if you want to go with that. But yeah, he beat him up with the chair. Okay? No cash in. I knew it was not going to be a cash in. We're going to tease it, swerve, discontinues, let it play out. Okay? I know some people don't like it, but that's how it's going to go. All right? Next. Pretty much after Seth and Corbin, Intercontinental Championship on the line. Andrade Cien Almas, Demon Finn Balor, which I'll admit he had a cool entrance, at least. And listen, this wasn't a bad match. Now I wish I would have got a big reaction here and there, but 11 minutes wasn't bad. This was good. I disagree with the Demon. The Demon looked cool, but we know the Demon wasn't necessary. Okay, this was just to appease the Saudi Arabian fans. All right. I don't think the Demon needed to be here. I don't know why the Demon really needed, but like I said, it's just to pop the crowd out there, okay? This was not a bad match or anything. It wasn't the greatest match either, but it was good. It was good for what it was. I thought it was solid. I didn't hate it. But I just think the Demon didn't need to be out there, okay? He really didn't, but I thought the match was good. Balor retained. I didn't really think he was going to... I didn't really think there was going to be any title changes on this show, okay? So Balor retained, coup de grace and Almas for the win, and that's it. Now, if they can continue this going on later and later, maybe we can get something going on. Because I just look at this whole Saudi Arabia thing as some giant roadblock, okay? Because they got to appease to these people until they can move on with business as usual with the story and, go into whatever the next pay-per-view is. So, there you go. But, yeah, like I said, Balor and Almas wasn't bad. Balor, winning the match. Expected it. Didn't hate it. But the Demon thing just wasn't necessary, okay? It wasn't. Now, next. Oh, boy. This is where we go lower and lower into this show. Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. Let me remind you, there was pyro on this show, okay? We do not have... Listen, the only time you're really going to see pyro nowadays is either WrestleMania or some Saudi Arabia show. Because there is barely any pyro in any other place, okay? We barely get any pyro. And Shane comes out. He does his best in the world thing. I'm glad these people out here know what to chant, especially when it comes to CM Punk. So I'm kind of glad they're smart enough to know, but this bullshit and Shane's whatever best in the world gimmick, and they chant CM Punk at him. Of course, he has Drew McIntyre with him, and that trophy is out there, which, like I said, man, I remind you, that's pyro. Same with Roman Reigns. And first off, number one, this match that at one point Cole had to say, "What a match!" What Shane getting most of the offense. Let me tell you that right there. Shane was getting so much offense and just trying to get all these submission moves. This triangle was ridiculous. Even until they got to the outside, Reigns was able to take both of him and McIntyre out there. But Shane's about to go for a coast to coast. Reigns hits him with a Superman punch. He set up for the spear. And then after that, he's gonna go for the spear. Then after him with a Superman punch, Reigns charges into Shane. But by the way, Shane doing the spear looked horrible too. Let me kind of point that out. But Reigns goes for the spear. Shane kicks him. And Reigns and Shane punch each other at the same time then, which Shane falls back into the referee. Drew McIntyre runs in, Claymore kicks him, and just pins Shane McMahon. And I'm sure nobody saw that coming. I'm going to sit there. I even look like, wait, Shane McMahon beat him? He beat Roman Reigns? Even though, like I said, Drew McIntyre, but... somebody point this out to me today, like, you're the one you said Shane McMahon will become the champion soon enough. Especially if he's beating Reigns. And you know what? I did say that. And, it probably will happen. Shane McMahon, at some point in some time, probably by this year, he will be the WWE champion or Universal champion or whatever show Shane McMahon is going to be on. He will be the champion. I'm sure people are either finding this ridiculous, probably turn the show off right after, did not give a crap at that, watch this show in general. Why didn't they just have Reigns just beat him? Why is this feud even continuing? This will go into SummerSlam. This is going to go into SummerSlam. This will go into SummerSlam. Watch it go to SummerSlam. Watch how long they stretch this out. It was bad enough he had 2 feuds going on. One was with The Miz. Now it's with Roman Reigns. So, let me guess. A 40-something, 50-year-old Shane McMahon who gets more TV time on Raw, SmackDown, or whatever half the roster is going against your supposed biggest star in the company that they paint to be the greatest, Cena 2.0 right here, to be the greatest thing ever, but he's losing to Shane McMahon, who is the owner's son or part-timer or human stuntman or whatever Shane McMahon is going on with, but he will probably be the champion soon enough, okay? This looked ridiculous, all right, but that finish just looked crazy. But I just find it crazy enough that Shane just got so much offense on Reigns. To be honest, like Shane, it's like Shane would say Shane was taking him to the limit. The limit, huh? Him and those punches, they just make me laugh. Okay, I don't I don't even know who's booking this show. I've said it before, idiots in creative, Vince McMahon, whatever stooge is in it. I blame all them. We all know this goes through Vince though, but still, I do believe the idiots in creative also write this bullshit. Okay, I'm not gonna sit. I've said before, I'm not sitting there and giving them a pass too. All right, I've said that before. I blame more than one person, and this was ridiculous, but this will continue. Another match I did not give a crap about that I'm surprised went 5 or 6 minutes. Lars Sullivan versus the Lucha House Party. Why? Listen, it was bad enough they had Sullivan come out and cut that bullshit nursery rhyme promo, but then again, I kind of blame him more than I did creative. I've already said what I've had to say before about Sullivan, and I'm sure a lot of people have had also online. Fuck this racist piece of shit. So there you go. And he goes against the Lucha House Party, which I'm surprised this wasn't a squash match. I don't know why you could just put this match on Monday Night Raw and just get over with it. He could have just did it there in like a minute or two. But the fact that this match went on like 5-6 minutes, they're having a legitimate match out there, but then it ends in a disqualification in with the Lucha House Party pretty much beating up Lars Sullivan, jumping him and hitting their moves on him, and then when they try to leave, Sullivan ends up, just destroying him anyways and throwing him all over the place on the outside of the ring. So, who's being protected here? Are we protecting the Lucha House Party now with a DQ finish? Is that the ball game? Is that the plan now? Tell me, I want to know. And then you just have Sullivan destroy him right after. Listen, Sullivan, I don't see this going out very long for him. Listen, I can sit there and I can call him Gene Snitsky 2.0 all day if I want, but is this guy really going to get over? Seriously? I didn't think he was that good in NXT. And do I think he's going to be good now? And I already said this guy has so much heat behind him. Head cases, racist stuff online that's not even 10 years ago, but from a few years ago. Just not being good in general. So what do you want me to go off from this? And I already shared price. Some people are going to try to heat me on it, but I've already said what I've had to say about Sullivan. I just don't think he's good. And what was the point of this match? Waste of time. Next, probably the longest match of the night, because I kind of expected this to be the longest match of the night. Triple H versus Randy Orton, who probably had the best reaction out there, because the past other 2 matches got no reaction, especially the Sullivan and Lucha House Party match. But Randy Orton, Triple H, who is probably one of the only people to get this grand entrance because it's Triple H, and the guy's got to have long matches because it's him, which I've noticed that in the past few years now. He gets more time than anybody on these shows. Come on, he had a lot of time at WrestleMania. He almost had the longest match on there. He had a lot of time at WrestleMania against Batista. And he's going against Randy Orton. Triple H, he comes out with his grand entrance, of course, the motorcycle thing again with the 3 wheels and, the mask and the cool jacket with the, the NXT logo on there. And first off, this wasn't bad. I thought it went kind of long and they got the most time, but it wasn't a bad match. I did like, of course, one was gonna hit their finisher RKO, then it was a pedigree pretty much right after. But I did like when Triple H started picking up Orton and slamming onto the broadcast table about 4 times. I'm surprised the table didn't go through. People did react well to this match. Of course, Triple H got to do his suck it thing, and that, kind of went over with the crowd. There was some RKO chants out there. But since the table did not break, he threw Randy Orton back into the ring. Orton pretty much caught him with an RKO and won the match. I was surprised this match went nearly 30 minutes, and it was about 25 minutes, and it was the longest match. It got better through time. It was slow at first, but they did get better in the match. It was, crowds a little bit more hyped, and of course when the finishers came into play, that's when people were all in it. But I'm sure by the time whoever's going to hit the second finish, was going to win. I'm almost surprised Triple H did not put himself over like he usually does, but the guy's a part-timer, so at least the full-timer went over, which is Randy Orton, who is here full-time, so maybe this leads Randy Orton somewhere beating Triple H, because right now, I almost looked at this as what? Is Triple H going to beat all his former Evolution guys now? You beat Batista at WrestleMania. I wouldn't have been surprised if he beat Orton next. And like I said before, this was the longest. They had the longest match out there. That's the crazy thing about it. But the crowd actually enjoyed it. They liked what they saw, and they reacted to it. So, this was not a bad match. It just went too long. That didn't need to be that long. They showed a 24/7 title, which was won on a plane by R-Truth. What is this, a 4-time, 5-time champion now? First off, when did Jinder win the belt? Didn't Truth just win on SmackDown? I must have missed something on YouTube. I must have missed it on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever they playing this thing on, because didn't Truth win the title back last Tuesday on SmackDown? So how's he got the title again, lost it again to Jinder, and then pins him on a plane? I don't know. Corbin complained about, the referee about his biggest match of his career. Heads are going to roll. Another match I don't really give a crap about, which I'm sure the crowd did not care because of how flat they were. Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Listen, they tried out there, but this crowd, once again, this crowd was very silent. No one did not care. They did not care for this match. I'm going to be honest, I was looking at something else while I was watching this match, too. They beat the crap out of each other in a way, yeah, but, Lashley was on the top rope, Strowman knocked him down, hit him with one power slam, then hit him with another power slam, won the match. Listen, both of these guys are not over as it is, okay? Strowman, the guy has been so cooled off, he's not even that big as he was at one point. He's been gone from the title picture. They ruined that. Bobby Lashley, I've said this before, he was doomed by the time he came into WWE. Trust me, I wanted him to be great, and I thought it was going somewhere for a minute, but I was wrong. To be honest, I was wrong. As soon as he came in, they were already screwing up with Bobby Lashley. Personally, I liked him better in TNA. I thought he was the man in TNA. I kind of wish he would go back now, but I know that's not happening. But I don't know. They ruined Lashley a long time ago. Okay, they did. And Leo Rush, I still think it didn't add that much to it. I know it tried, and they gave him somewhat personality. Mike, a guy that can talk. I know Lashley can talk too, but they're not gonna let him talk. But Rush. But I'm not gonna get into the whole Leo Rush situation, why he's not here right now. You already know that, and you can go look up yourself if you want to. But, dude, no one really cared. And then again, you knew Strowman was winning after that stupid arm wrestle thing on Sunday. Come on, the guy came out, posing, and Strowman threw his little podium to the ground. And, Lashley beat him the other night, so now he got beat back. So, there you go. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. I don't think a lot of these people gave a crap about Ziggler out here, number one. This match here, I don't think it was bad. Woods was out there with Kofi, of course. I probably only brought back Big E for 1 week just for him to disappear again. Kofi ended up winning with the Trouble in Paradise after, Woods kicked him. Because, Ziggler kicked Woods first with a super kick, so Woods returned the favor. Kofi won with the Trouble in Paradise for the win. Retained the WWE Championship. Ziggler pretty much was interviewed by Saxton after, saying that Kofi is a coward. I thought he was a fighting champion, but he needs help all the time. Because I don't lose stamina. I'm the best guy around here and everything. I want him one-on-one, no one else. And he wanted a steel cage rematch, which will be at Stomping Ground, by the way. So that's going to happen. Why are we giving Ziggler title shots out of nowhere? Why? I don't know why. I don't expect them to. I just don't get it. I'm surprised this match was 10 minutes. So Triple H and Randy Orton get a longer match than the WWE champion. Okay, that's something. That's something for you. Yeah, by the way, it's funny somebody said this night. I'm sure Cody Rhodes is thinking about what his next entrance is gonna be. He's gonna take a sledgehammer. He's gonna beat Triple H's motorcycle with it. That's what's gonna happen. He's going to beat his motorcycle with it. Watch. He will beat his motorcycle with a sledgehammer or something. That'll be the next shot at them. But come on, did anybody really see Kofi Kingston losing? I don't even think people really believed in Ziggler like that. They didn't. They didn't. Okay, they didn't believe him like that. I don't think they took him as a threat. Come on. If you remember correctly, didn't Ziggler lose to Shane McMahon the last time they were in Saudi Arabia in that stupid Best in the World tournament? So what made you think he was gonna beat? What made you all think he was gonna beat the WWE champion? And why is he getting a rematch? Because he wants a rematch. Why? I don't get it. Why does he want a rematch for? I do not understand this. I don't even get this feud where they're going. Why is this even continuing? Unless you're going to make something better on SmackDown, then we'll see what happens next week. But come on, why? I don't get it. But after the WWE Championship match, the largest battle royale, the 50-man battle royale. Listen, I don't know who really was in this battle royale other than the people that either had promo videos or separate entrances. Because first off, mostly half these guys came out all together. It was either a bunch of job guys, 205 guys, I think maybe a couple people from NXT if I'm not mistaken, some returns which I didn't even know but they happened to be in the ring, and the people that got separate entrances with Pyro was Miz, Samoa Joe, Cesaro, Titus O'Neil, because we got to make fun of the whole running down the ramp thing and make sure he gets in this time. And Elias, who got his own entrance, which he sang a song, which Miz ended up throwing him in there. But come on, like all these guys that were just eliminated left and right, I can't keep up with them. But who were the first ones out? The Singh brothers, I think, and then it was EC3, which I don't even know how he's still in this company right now. Eric Young, Humberto, Carlo, I don't know who that is really. Carl Anderson, Tony Nese, who was the Cruiserweight champion, by the way. Buddy Murphy's still alive. He's still out there. See, he still exists. Chad Gable, who had a whole new look. I didn't even know who that was when he was doing moves in the ring. This guy's not wearing the singlet no more. He doesn't have the headband on him. He's got a new haircut. He's wearing trunks out there. So, I don't know what Chad Gable's new gimmick is on that, but, I didn't even know. I didn't know who that was. I swear to God, like that was Chad Gable. That was Chad Gable, cause he lasted there for a minute, but I did not know who he was. I swear to God, I didn't know who he was in that ring until somebody said it. Hell, I didn't even know the Authors of Pain came back, and at least they had a cool standoff with Authors of Pain, Heavy Machinery, and the Viking Raiders. If in the future all three of these big teams can beat the crap out of each other for some type of tag team championship, so at least we know Authors of Pain are still in this company surprisingly. But the fact they're in there with the Viking Raiders, which by the way, where have they been? They haven't been on TV also. So they happen to be in there too, which. Pretty much, the Viking Raiders started pretty much beating the crap out of both Authors of Pain and, Heavy Machinery, which they ended up eliminating Tucker, but not Otis. And then for some odd reason, they have Titus O'Neil take out the Viking Raiders. I don't know why. But who else was in this match? Cedric Alexander or... by the way, I forgot we had Raw Tag Team Champions. Hawkins and Ryder were in there with Samoa Joe, took both of them out. I didn't even know they were still the Tag Team Champions, okay? I swear I didn't know they were tag team champions. And, of course, you got people in there like Ricochet was in there and Jinder Mahal and, I don't know, Spanky or Brian Kendrick. I can't tell you, I don't know who all was in. There's too many people to keep up with. But Nakamura, I didn't know he was still there. I wish he'd go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And, by the way, if we're out here in 100-degree weather, by the way, by God, I wonder how he was wrestling in that jacket, because I'm sure a lot of these gear, who especially have more clothes on them, I wonder how they were wrestling, how hot it was, since they were kept talking about that all night. And I'm saying, how is he wrestling in this jacket? I didn't even know Nakamura still existed on here. I ain't seen Nakamura in so long. I thought his contract was up and he went back home New Japan, or maybe he's going to AEW or something. I don't know. Rusev and Sin Cara, I'm surprised he still exists. I think, Sin Cara, he took out Nakamura, I think, and then Rusev. Matt Hardy was out there. When we kind of got to the finals, because I think we get to more important people later. I think Ricochet took out Jinder, and Cesaro did the swing on Cedric Alexander and took him out. I think when we got to the final people, though, because like I said, I don't remember everybody in this match, nor I'm gonna go through every freaking name here. But I think the finals, when it got to like Miz, Elias, Mustafa Ali, Bobby Roode was still out there, Samoa Joe, Cesaro, Mansoor, and Ricochet, which pretty much Miz took out Roode. Ricochet and Mustafa Ali took out Samoa Joe, suplexing him out of the ring. Cesaro knocked both of them from behind. I think Matt Hardy took out the Revival at one point, so he got eliminated. I'm remember in the final people, though. Cesaro took out both Ricochet and Mustafa Ali after that. And Cesaro got eliminated by Mansoor. And then the final two was Elias and Mansoor, which, Mansoor, he skinned the cat and took out Elias to win the match. First off, I didn't know who the fuck that was in the ring. I didn't know who the fuck Mansoor is. I don't know who the fuck Mansoor was. I said, is he in NXT, I guess, or something? But this was here just to play to... This all this match was for. So you do a 50-man battle royale just to appease to the Saudi Arabia crowd, I guess. Just to give them a moment, because I did not know who this guy was. But I guess he trained last year when the last time WWE was here, and I guess he was like a prospect or something for like the first ever Saudi Arabian wrestler. Has he been in NXT? I don't know him. Has he been in NXT? I swear to God, because I don't know who this guy is. That's why I was so confused. Like, who is Mansoor? Literally, like figuratively and literally, who the fuck is Mansoor? I don't know. Do you know? Don't know. But this was just to appease to the Saudi Arabians. And he cut a promo after, I was, felt to return back to his home country, and he won the most prestigious battle royale in WWE history. Good luck to you. Words don't describe what just happened, because he ran to the crowd and hugged his brother. He was standing in Jeddah, and of course the fans chanting, "You deserve it," which he said this is historic, and he said something in Arabic, and pretty much the pyro shut off after that. But what was the point of this battle royale for a guy we don't even know that was gonna win? But once I kind of figured it out, like, okay, he's from here. All right, now we know why he won. But this was just to play to this crowd. All right, that's what it was. Cause when they kept saying Mansoor, I'm like, I've never heard of this man before. I don't know him. I don't. Okay, I never see him in NXT. So what you threw all these guys out here for this? What did you win out of this battle royale? At least give me a title shot or something. And then next in the main event, Undertaker versus Goldberg. Listen, I can tell what a lot of people are saying right now all day on the internet. Both these guys should not go. Both these guys need to retire. They're too old. They're over 50. One of them are going to kill each other. They look gassed as hell. Blame WWE. Blame whoever put this match together. Blame creative. Blame this contract with Saudi Arabia. Blame Vince McMahon. I'm sure there are comments like that. I've been saying it all day. Cause, and to be honestly, when I saw this match on 8 minutes, I believe, in this main event, which you would throw on at WrestleMania, number one, I will say this right now, and you can agree with me if you want in that. Goldberg was the reason why this match sucked. Okay? He was more the reason than Undertaker than why this match sucked. First off, especially the blood. Let me say about the blood. I knew that was going to happen. You know why? Because this happened last time on Raw. What did he do? He banged his head into the door for the match start. He did it again when he was coming out in his entrance. You saw that small red dot on his head. You knew he was going to bleed. Okay? You knew it. And I know why there was so much blood. Because this fool banged his head into the door. I don't know how many times if he did that in WCW and that. But first off, of course, you got Goldberg coming out to pyro. Undertaker has the Druids come out with a whole bunch of coffins right there. They get face to face. The fans chant, "This is awesome." Awesome. Goldberg does the Undertaker throat slash thing. Taker punches him. Goldberg immediately bounces off the ropes. Spears him 2 times. I almost thought it was going to be over right there. I thought it was going to be a 5-minute match. Or 2-minute match. Goldberg. He spears him 2 times. Taker, of course, does his rise thing. Rise from the dead sit-up thing. Taker ducked clothesline. He grabbed Goldberg by his throat then. Goldberg, I guess he rolled him into a knee bar, which the roll wasn't bad, but Goldberg trying to hit a submission move, that looked bad. That looked really bad. Undertaker pretty much got the hold. People chanted Undertaker in. This is where Goldberg fucked himself up, and he was probably done after this, because maybe like the first 6-7 of the minutes of the match wasn't that bad, but when we got to the final 2, it got worse, because Goldberg tried to spear Taker. Undertaker moves. Goldberg smacks himself in the head because he went so hard into the turnbuckle, like the steel pipe pole right there, whatever you want to call it, the steel post. He speared so hard that blood just kept coming from his forehead. Like, dude, why did you run so fast and smash your head into that? And it was just like blood was everywhere. Like, he was bleeding. It's kind of ironic with people saying blood money right now. You actually got blood for this. So he's just bleeding all over the place. Taker goes back in with him, punches and kicks him, then hits an old school that looked pretty good. Tried to go for a choke slam at one point, which he did get a choke slam then. Taker did the throat thing. He did a tombstone, which now that I go back and look at the clip, Goldberg, and this one actually wasn't Taker's fault. Goldberg, I think he tucked his head in wrong, and if you look at it, Undertaker looked like he could have killed Goldberg right there and just squished his head into the ground doing that tombstone. Okay? But to what I hear, that Goldberg didn't tuck his head in right when you take the tombstone. So a lot of people saying that was his fault. Undertaker, after the first 2 count, then he got back up and pretty much slammed his head into the turnbuckle. Goldberg pretty much ducked in. They both hit a clothesline on each other. They punched each other for a second, yays and boos. Taker got a running clothesline. He hit snake eyes then, but Goldberg ended up spearing him before he did the big boot. He did this horrible looking jackhammer that looked like it could have almost killed Undertaker. Right there, it looked bad. I think Goldberg was done after the first. Once that spear happened into the turnbuckle and his head hit the post real hard, there was blood everywhere. Goldberg was probably done after that. He was dead, okay? He was dead. He couldn't go. He screws up the tombstone. Not tombstone. He screws up the jackhammer. He tries to do his own tombstone, I guess, which I think he messed up the reverse thing because Taker was supposed to, reverse it, and how Goldberg had it, and then Taker just flips over. I think Goldberg slipped and fell when Taker was trying to get him into it, and then Undertaker did this horrible looking choke slam, which Goldberg didn't even try to get up. It looked clunky, it looked bad, and you could look at Undertaker's face. Taker just looked pissed at this match. Even Taker knew this was bad, especially putting him against Goldberg, okay? Goldberg ain't been the most technically sound guy in the ring for years, okay? Like, I know, don't get me wrong, he was a powerhouse and everything, especially in WCW, even early in WWE, what they made him like a monster, but he ain't been the best technical type of guy out there, okay? And you could just look at Undertaker, he was just kind of pissed about what was going on. And I'm sure he's like, why did y'all get me to work with this for? Because he does the horrible choke slam. It just ends very anticlimactic. It's almost like 8.5 minutes of this match. it's over. They say, oh, Taker will be back. Now, dude, how many matches did Taker sign up for to be on these Saudi shows, okay? Because they must be paying Undertaker, and then they must be paying him they got to be paying him like 500 mil or 600 mil. I don't know how much they paying Undertaker to keep coming doing these type of matches, but by God, throw him a better opponent next time, for God's sakes. But then again, as these people said, to credit, it's almost 100-something degrees out there. Both of these guys are kind of older, and they just happened to be there on a hot day. And I felt Goldberg messed up more in the match, to be honest, because of how he just botched moves. Taker looked better than him. Taker looked in better shape. Taker looked like 2009 Taker. He ain't like he had a gut like last time. The dude was more lean and got in shape. And maybe I'm being too nice about this, but that's how I looked at it. That's what I saw. Okay? What you want me to go on from here? That's what I saw from this. Alright, I'm sure people say, oh, he got the ring. Then, personally, I just wish they bring back American. Yeah, it would be better they brought in, Big Evil Taker motorcycle, but that ain't happening. But, dude, that tombstone reversal and jackhammer, I don't know. Goldberg was done after the spear. After all that blood came from him, and wasn't his, wife and kid out there, too? So, after all that, you knew he was done. I'm sorry. He was just dead after that, and he just wasn't coming back. But for what this match was, for 8 minutes or something, it just was bad. It was bad. Alright? It was good for 6 minutes. It wasn't, and until that spear Goldberg did into the turnbuckle, that's when it got worse and the botches started coming in. That's when the botches just start going here and there, okay? I don't know if Goldberg's going to AEW after this. I'm sure they probably will sign him anyways, but hopefully he's not back for another one of these Saudi shows. And then again, I never really thought Goldberg was going to go over Taker anyways, if that was going to happen. Number one, they were never going to put a WCW guy over Undertaker, okay? Even I kind of knew that, unless they pay Taker enough money to lose, but even I know in Vince's mind, you think they're going to let a WCW guy go over against the freaking Undertaker? Goldberg of all people? They're not going to let that happen. Because this is like some WCW versus WWE thing right here. Hell, I would have pulled out Sting and he could have pulled out a better match with Undertaker if necessary. But we know that's not happening. But that's still, you get through this match at Mania. But Taker was going to go over. I never saw it any other type of way, okay? So that's what I take of it. Looking into this, overall the show sucked, okay? This can't defend Blood Money 3 or whatever with this fucking country or whatever's going on. But still, I watched this because I was bored and I just wanted to do this review for shits and giggles, just to see how bad it was. So I had nothing better to do right now, so I had enough going on. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this crap. Alright, so that's what I was gonna do, and I did. And now I'm at the end of this review. Do not go back and watch this show. Watch any review. Watch my review. I gave you everything you need to know about this show, okay? So you don't need to go back and watch it, okay? Because you're going to sit there. You're probably going to feel like you've been sitting there for almost 6 hours, even though it's like pretty much close to a 4-hour show in general. But the fact that they go on and say it's the equivalent to WrestleMania, or this here, there, or, oh, we sold this out, whatever, 100 degrees, or just hot as hell country, or I don't know, okay? I don't freaking know what you could take from this at this point, but this was not, just don't watch it, okay? Don't go back and watch it. I did this to be funny. I'm just doing this for shits and giggles. Why do you think I played One Blood at the damn beginning of this intro, huh? Because I wanted to just say, blood money, just to sing along to have some fun with, alright? So, I am done with this review. And to be honest, I didn't start this review because I had just finished watching Impact Wrestling. Which, by the way, go watch this week's Impact Wrestling show. You want to see a better wrestling show today on Friday? Go watch Impact Wrestling. You want to see some better wrestling this weekend? Make sure you watch, I don't know, watch this Night in the Misting Impact's going on tomorrow with the Great Mood on there. Watch that. You want to see a way better wrestling show to get the bad taste out of your mouth from Blood Money 3 or Super Showdown? Go watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. Go watch Dominion this Sunday, and that's going to be a far better show. Probably fantastic show for all I know. I don't know if it's going to be better than last year's Dominion, but you want to go watch a better wrestling show? Go watch this Sunday. Dominion. Chris Jericho, Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito for the excuse me, for the, I dropped it. Yeah, I'm always dropping something, but I say, what was I saying before that? Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito for the Intercontinental Championship. Los Ingobernables. You want to go with the hat? Here, there you go. I'm pointing it out just to be funny with this because I just like doing this. Tranquilo, so whatever. Evil and Sonata versus Guerrillas of Destiny for the tag team titles. Go watch it. Tomohiro Ishii versus Taichi for the Never Openweight Championship. Go watch it. Jon Moxley, the new IWGP US Champion, who just won it from Juice Robinson in a great match the other day at the finals of the Best of Super Juniors. Go watch it. Going against Shota Umino. Young boy, but still go watch it. Will Ospreay, who probably, in my opinion, I should have done a review with this. In my opinion, right now, at this moment, until something else beats it, match of the freaking year category with Shingo Takagi last Wednesday at the Best of the Super Juniors finals, who went, almost 40, 50 minutes out there? That match was excellent. That was the best wrestling I saw on any other show this week. Go watch that match. And then watch him this Sunday go against Dragon Lee for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Okay? Okay, so go watch it. I don't know the rest of the card. Go look up the card. Go have a fun time watching that show. Subscribe for $9.99 to New Japan World. It's worth the money, especially for Dominion. It's worth every penny on this one. Cancel right after if you want to. So there's a whole bunch of other better wrestling shows that's been going throughout the week or this weekend, okay? So I recommend go watching those shows than sitting through watching this show. I did this to be funny because there was nothing else going on, and I wasn't playing no video game at the time, and I was just tired, and I just didn't feel like I had a lot going on through the day. So go watch that stuff. In fact, watch out for next week. Watch out for tomorrow morning. What, E3 starting up this next week, okay? I may do some videos on that and talk about what's going on. I know Sony doesn't have a press conference this year, if I'm not mistaken, and we probably won't hear till a PlayStation 5 later on, but hey, I may talk about that. You know what? Wake up tomorrow morning. Go watch the EA press conference. E3 is next week, okay? Watch it. We have press conferences from EA, Ubisoft, Nintendo, Microsoft, Square Enix. There's a lot of games I'm looking forward to, okay? A lot. But we'll talk about that another time. But overall, you want to see better wrestling? Go watch the rest of those shows I just told y'all to watch this weekend. Or go watch anything I just said from this week. Super Showdown, don't watch this show. Okay? You know what's funny to me? Triple H and Randy Orton had the longest match. That's what's funny to me. And probably the best reaction. Probably the best match on this show for all I know. Or at least, Balor and Almas. But this was not worth it. This was just the play. This was all. I don't want to say it probably was Monday Night Raw. But overall, this was just bad. Battle Royales or I don't know, Undertaker and Goldberg, which like I said, people are already crapping on it as it is, but I put more blame on Goldberg than I did Taker. Taker wasn't even that bad out there, so to an extent, I'll say Taker was actually good. Okay, he was good. That was Goldberg's fault. But like I said, don't go watching this show. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. So whatever. But yes, please comment and subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter at Hooded Knight 890, Master Price 890, YouTube channel. I will try to get this video back tonight if necessary, whenever I get it up or whenever it comes. So when it gets up, it'll get up, okay? But until then, I'm out of here. So I got other stuff to do and everything, but I just wanted to talk about this review just to shit on it, so I'm kind of rambling right now. So I'm out of here. I will see you guys later, but I will leave you one more fun thing with this. Blood money, blood money. That's the name of this pay-per-view. Okay, I'm done having fun here. I'm out of here. Peace out.